This is the Amazon basin at sunrise, a realm of giants. In these blackwater tributaries,
its eyes and nostrils are positioned on top of its head, allowing it to remain almost entirely submerged while scouting for prey.
Humans. As the apex crocodilian of South America, the Caiman is a master of both ambush and endurance. The Anaconda detects minute vibrations and chemical signatures through its flickering tongue. A kill of this size could sustain the giant for months. This is the ambush physics of the Amazon. The Caiman's sensory pits detect the slightest pressure change in the water, turning a heartbeat moment into a lethal strike.
Sudden movement shatters the silence as the Anaconda strikes. This is not a killing bite but a tactical pivot to begin the constriction. The battle for dominance has officially begun.
Flux is a sophisticated maneuver, using the snake's entire body weight. But should the Caiman find a soft spot, the wound could be lethal.
The snake doesn't crush bones, but rather monitors the heartbeat, tightening with each exhale to prevent blood flow. The Caiman utilizes the death roll, attempting to use centrifugal force to break the Anaconda's grip. This is aquatic wrestling.
Billis. The Anaconda's durability allows its skin to withstand the thrashing. This is a battle of attrition. The Caiman burns through oxygen.
To gain leverage, the snake employs a brilliant anchoring tactic, securing itself to the submerged log. A silent lethality. The Caiman's ability to hold its breath is failing as the pressure forces air out. The asphyxiation clock is ticking, and the Caiman is losing the countdown. The patience of the serpent. The Anaconda can maintain this level of exertion for hours if necessary, contrasting with the Caiman's explosive but short-lived energy reserves.
This is a tactical retreat. On land, the Caiman has a slight mobility advantage, seeking leverage with its powerful legs, while the Anaconda is far more vulnerable.
The Caiman lunges, its jaws locking onto the Anaconda. The snake tenses in a pain reflex, but the underdog's ferocity shows this fight is far from over. This is the spiral of no return. The snake uses the Caiman's own movement against it. Every time the Caiman thrashes, the Anaconda takes up the slack. Engineers. As the giants clash, the collateral damage ripples outward. Small lives are disrupted, highlighting the sheer indifference. The Anaconda is now targeting the structural integrity of the Caiman, preventing it from using its legs. The squeeze causes the intimacy of the kill. The Anaconda is waiting for the cessation of struggle, the moment the central nervous system finally shuts down. The onset of unconsciousness. The brain is the last organ to fail. This is the end game. The result is now statistically certain. The opportunism of the Amazon, where one predator's kill is another's dinner invitation. A new layer of conflict. Will the Anaconda is now in a double bind, caught between finishing its meal and defending its life. This highlights the calculated risks taken by these giants.
In the jungle, etiquette doesn't exist. It is a race to claim calories. This highlights the cannibalistic nature of crocodilians.
The narration discusses the vocalizations of snakes. An anaconda's hiss can be heard from dozens of yards away. The script frames this as a standoff of the titans.
The narration explains the threat displays used by caimans to avoid unnecessary physical injury. Even a large caiman is wary of a fully grown anaconda's constriction power.
The anaconda has won the first phase of the battle, but now faces the burden of the prize, consuming this massive meal while rivals watch. The recovery phase is critical. A massive amount of energy has been expended, highlighting the predator's vulnerability as it slowly uncoils. The anaconda strikes, protecting its investment. The caiman senses the snake is still capable of a fight and begins to drift away. The snake always eats from the head down to ensure the limbs fold back. The meal of a lifetime has begun, but the digestion will take weeks of dormant survival.
The anaconda doesn't actually dislocate its jaw. It possesses a highly flexible skeletal structure that allows it to walk its mouth over the prey.
This is an internal snorkel, a vital adaptation for a predator. The physiological pressure is immense as this is the energy trade-off. While the snake has secured a massive calorie count, it is now at its most vulnerable to other predators. The jungle is a network of eyes. The removal of a large caiman from the local ecosystem temporarily shifts the balance of power. The independent skull bones slowly ratchet the meal downward in a process known as the pterygoid walk. This highlights the persistence of instinct. A metabolic surge begins. The snake's heart and liver will double in size, and the caiman's bones will be dissolved by powerful stomach acids. The eternal cycle of the rainforest, where death for one is life for another. Unseen battles rage every night in the canopy and the water. The snake is motionless, its massive bulge settling in. This is the dormancy phase, but if the weather is too cold, there is a serious risk of rot, the shedding cycle, noting that the growth spurt caused by the massive meal will soon require the snake to grow a new layer of skin. This connects to the theme of transformation and renewal, highlighting the connectivity of the river. The intense struggle between the anaconda and caiman indirectly feeds a dozen different species. The archaeology of the jungle, where signs of violence are quickly erased by the rain and the fast-growing vegetation. The 4K camera captures a rival male anaconda moving through the same area, scenting the air with its tongue. The efficiency of the rainforest, where even the smallest calorie is reclaimed. This micro-war is happening at the feet of the giants.
The energy cost of being a giant constrictor is immense. The snake's body temperature must remain within a specific range for the enzymes to work.
For every giant caiman lost, hundreds of these heirs are waiting. It is the R selection strategy, where
This sudden tropical downpour resets the jungle, washing away the scents and offering a fresh start for predators. The apex overhead, reminding the audience that even the champions of the water have enemies in the sky. The anaconda shifts its weight. The physical discomfort of the digestion process is evident. The jaguar is the anaconda's most dangerous terrestrial rival. The cat stops near the log pile, sniffing the air. The luck of the survivor. This is the stealth economy, where staying hidden is just as important as being strong. The visual of the snake's scales blending perfectly. These muscular contractions, known as peristalsis, show how the snake's internal organs have shifted significantly. The passage of time. The anaconda processes the softest parts of the caiman with incredible efficiency.
Giant river otters are true team players, known to collectively drive away even large anacondas. This social behavior contrasts sharply.
Their presence often masks the scent of a kill. These unintentional alliances highlight the complexity of the snake is monitoring its surroundings, even in this lethargic state. It is never truly off guard.
These are the cleanup crew of the water. The speed of consumption shows the frenzy that usually follows a big kill.
The temporary nature of the arena. The river has already smoothed over the scars of the fight. The survival story of the python snake continues. The post-meal reset. A massive stretch of its jaws resets the skull alignment. The snake is now locked in. The unimportance of the individual in the grand design of the Amazon. Billions of years it took to produce these two apex rivals.
The throne is never vacant for long. The caiman remains the undisputed master of the Blackwater.
The alpha black caiman reclaims its territory. This sound serves as a warning to any nearby rivals.
Anacondas possess a specialized, elastic skin between their scales that allows for this extreme expansion. The biological tension is immense.
The opportunistic nature of the jungle's smaller inhabitants, who feed on the giants. Even an apex predator is a walking ecosystem.
This is the energy of the shallows. While the snake digests, life here moves frantically. The lizard knows the
massive meal pushes against the snake's lungs. But the anaconda can shift its internal organs to ensure it still gets enough oxygen. Possum is drawn by the scent of the struggle, following the forensic trail left by the predators. The aftermath provides a feast of information for the forest.
It's the danger of the daily routine. The monkey has no idea it stands next to a 20-foot giant. The anaconda's thermal pits allow it to see its signature even in total darkness, tracking warm-blooded mammals' eye through.
The eel's 600-volt discharge acts as a biological alarm. Even the giants must be careful where they rest. These pelvic spurs are the vestigial remains of legs, a clear reminder of the snake's ancient past and its legged ancestors. Ironically named for its armored appearance, this lizard occupies a different niche in the ecosystem, avoiding the conflict of the giants as it hunts snails. The snake must move periodically to prevent pressure sores and ensure consistent blood flow. The logistics of
Dungeons. The narration discusses the human encroachment on the giant's territory. While this anaconda and caiman fought in a remote...
The disturbed earth from the battle makes finding grubs easy. This reinforces the idea that every action in the jungle has a reaction that benefits someone else. The narration explains the mineral-seeking behavior of butterflies. This is a moment of beauty on a beast, a classic documentary contrast. Stillness of this giant allows for the colonization of the predator. Microhabitats form around its bulk, utilized by Neuston insects.
The Jabiru stork is a master of patience, much like the anaconda, waiting for the fish that are now returning.
The valvular structure of the nostrils prevents water from entering the lungs. This aquatic engineering shows the snake is as much a creature of the water as the caiman.
This demonstrates the total recycling of the Amazon, where even the discarded parts of the snake provide a constant stream of resources for other residents.
The caiman has moved on, focusing purely on survival. In the wild, there is no grief, only the next meal. The heart can shift position to avoid being crushed by the passing prey. This anatomical flexibility is crucial for survival. The spectacled owl is a top-tier predator, mirroring the anaconda. This nocturnal oversight captured in Caiman's. The seasonality of the Amazon is clear. As the water levels continue to drop and the lagoon dries, the anaconda...
This chemical processing allows the snake to build a 3D map of its environment. It is currently detecting the stress hormone.
The threat of the small reminds us that even a giant can be bothered by tiny parasites. The snake's thick scales and mucus layer provide protection.
The rainforest is multi-layered. Predators exist at every height. These cousins in stealth rely on stillness and ambush.
And the rhythm of the water guides us. The anaconda's digestion will take another 10 days.
Even without eyelids, the spectacle provides perfect protection. This mosquito's struggle against the impenetrable scale is a testament to the snake's armor. The snake is relocating to a deeper, cooler spot as the sun gets hotter. The buoyancy provided by the water makes moving the heavy meal much easier.
The giant is content, for now. In the Amazon, every meal is a hard-won victory, and every rest is a gamble. An optical illusion where a 20-foot snake can appear as nothing more than a drifting branch. This is environmental stealth.
The snake uses these scales to grip the muddy bottom of the river, providing the traction needed to launch a strike.
In the noisy, busy environment of the lagoon, the silent approach of a snake goes unnoticed by the wary caimans. For the black caiman, this moving landscape is a fortress. It maintains a defensive posture, using its tail.
This maneuver allows the snake to gauge the distance to the basking caiman without creating a wake. It highlights the calculating intelligence of the anaconda. The caiman is currently at its thermal peak, meaning its muscles are warm and ready for a burst of speed. We discuss the metabolism. The splash acts as the starting pistol for the jungle's chain reaction. It provides the momentary chaos the anaconda needs to bridge the fight. This high-speed shot captures the ballistics of the bite. The jaws open wide, revealing teeth angled backward.
The narration explains the torque generated by the snake's muscles and the hydrodynamic of constriction, creating an underwater storm.
The caiman's bite force, over 2,000 pounds per square inch, is its only hope for survival. The anaconda must...
By neutralizing the jaws, the anaconda has essentially won the arms race of the fight. The biological wrestling technique...
This is the caiman's last-ditch effort to unbalance the snake and force a release.
The danger of the secondary predator. The noise of the fight draws every scavenger in the lagoon, adding a layer of environmental pressure to the encounter.
This remarkable life-saving adaptation allows the anaconda to breathe during the squeeze, showcasing the predator's survival mechanics.
The onset of metabolic acidosis, where the caiman's muscles are literally burning out from the lack of oxygen. This chemical exhaustion is the anaconda delivers one last insurance squeeze. The rippling of the snake's muscles shows the thousands of pounds of pressure applied, ensuring the heart has stopped. The snake must find the head to begin the swallow. Exhausted and vulnerable after the fight, it meticulously inspects. This tactical relocation is crucial. The snake must hide its prize, wary of the black caiman alpha. Even the victor must fear the larger predator. The unblinking focus of the predator. The snake's pupils are dilated in the low light, soaking up every bit of information, a masterpiece of evolution. The hard part is over, but the work has just begun. Swallowing an armored dragon is the ultimate test of anaconda biology. This ratcheting motion is powered by a complex network of ligaments and muscles.
The mechanical engineering of the snake's head is the abrasion resistance of the anaconda's internal lining, protected by a thick layer of mucus. The snake uses tactile feels, the diversity of life in the Amazon, where the beautiful and the brutal exist side by side. The swan's presence, the anaconda's heartbeat is visible as a rhythmic pulsing in the skin just below its neck. The metabolic engine is already starting to ramp up. The caiman's legs are folded back as the anaconda manipulates the prey. This folding geometry allows the swallow, showing the strain. The nightjar's camouflaged plumage mirrors the snake's own invisibility, highlighting the theme of concealment in the rainforest. A critical moment where the snake's skin is at its breaking point. The tensile strength of anaconda hide is stronger than steel of the same thickness. This is not just a lubricant, but contains enzymes that begin the breakdown process immediately. It is the chemistry of the swallow. The final inch disappears, marking the closure of the swallow. After 2 hours, the exhausted jaw muscles finally.
The giant has transformed, becoming a vessel for the dragon it just consumed.
Patience. The anaconda begins its post-swallow migration, moving with agonizing slowness. Now wait.
Unlike mammals, a snake's ribs are not fused to a sternum, allowing them to swing wide like a set of double doors.
The great egret stands as a silent witness to the anaconda's retreat. Its stillness is an environmental cue.
The snake's stomach is secreting a concentrated acid bath with a pH level similar to battery acid. This begins the dissolution of rates.
The interconnected food web is clear. This is the vertical integration of the Amazonian economy of energy. A black caiman alpha surfaces nearby, its head alone the size of a small boat. This legacy guardian is the Cripsis strategy. The anaconda relies entirely on its immobility, mimicking the dead logs around it. Its heart rate slows to a crawl, highly territorial. These armored giants enforce the hierarchy. A reminder that the anaconda is not the only king in these waters. The ant's movement creates a distraction for the eyes, helping to mask the subtle breathing of the snake below. Survival in the Amazon is about the silence that follows. The giant has survived the first hour, but the month of digestion has only just begun.
Digestion is heat dependent, and the snake must keep its body temperature above 85 degrees to prevent the caiman from rotting in its stomach.
Their fermentation-based digestion creates a pungent smell that can actually help mask the scent of the anaconda's meal from prying noses.
The potency of the small. The ant's sting is the most painful in the world. Even an anaconda will move if bitten by these insects.
The wet season peak sees the river rise 30 feet, creating this vertical world. The anaconda is now as much a creature of the treetops as the water below.
The snake is tasting the social structure of the otters, performing a chemical analysis via the Jacobson's organ to decide if their presence is a threat. The piha's call is the true voice of the jungle, a sound that signals all is well to the hidden predators. The anaconda's skin begins to tighten even further as the caiman's body gases expand. The dangers. In the parallel worlds of the jungle, the mantis hunts flies. It is a reflection of the fractal nature of the first rain of the evening, the drops cleaning away the mud and silt. Hygiene is vital to prevent skin infections in the The cycle of replacement ensures that while one caiman was lost, dozens more are being born. It is the balance of the scales, the persistence of life.
This security measure prevents the sleeping snake from drifting away. The prehensile tail, as strong as a human arm.
We witness the peace of the predator. For the first time in days, the danger has passed. As the Amazon begins its night shift, the giant fruit bat takes to the air. Oblivious to the massive creature,
the progress of the peristalsis is clear. The caiman's head is already being broken down by the speed of the enzymes. This visual progress provides narrative movement. Please. The danger of the colorful. This frog's skin contains enough toxin to kill a predator, yet the anaconda ignores the small. The rivalry of the giants is always present, even if the players don't meet. The jaguar passed by while the snake was hidden.
The resilience of the victor. The anaconda has survived the most critical period of its vulnerability. The king of the Blackwater has held his throne. In the Amazon, the only thing more powerful than the strike is the patience that follows. Turmoil of the scales. The massive growth from the Caiman meal has triggered a premature shedding cycle. This metabolic miracle of rapid skin regeneration, the itch of the giant. The old skin, a translucent parchment, holds the scars and tears of the battle before peeling away like a ghost.
Mountains. This gift to the river provides nutrients for small fish and crustaceans. It is a beautiful and haunting visual.
The anaconda's new head features fresh scales, highly sensitive to the environment. This visual upgrade, with its the territorial dispute has been settled by the anaconda's persistence. This is the unspoken truce of the giants, a parting signature. The anaconda venturing out for the first time in weeks. The Caiman has been fully integrated into the snake's biomass. The circle of life continues. One day, the giant Caiman will replace the giant snake, ensuring the equilibrium of the Amazons. The fragility of this paradise, and the importance of preserving the giants. In the Amazon, the only thing more enduring than the struggle is the beauty of the survivors, already looking for its next meal. The anaconda versus the Caiman, a war of millions of years, fought every day in the shadows of the sun.